Hey, Anthony Tilley here, and welcome to Monday's edition of the Solopreneur Show.
Welcome to the Solopreneur Show with your host, Anthony Tilley. To get your hands on more great business training and advice, plus the chance to join our free Facebook group where you will see extended guest interviews, the opportunity of free one-to-one coaching, and behind-the-scenes access to Anthony, go to www.thesolopreneurshow.com and join us today. And here's your host, the man himself, Mr. Anthony Tilley.
Hey, Anthony here, and welcome to the show. It really is great to have you with me today. Now, as you can see, we made a couple of changes here. Nipped to one of the local furniture stores recently. Got myself a nice leather chair. So I would like to say at this point, if you hear any strange noises as I move, it's not me, it's the chair. Honestly, that's the story I'm sticking to. So welcome to today's show. It's episode 10 of the Solopreneur Show. And as you're aware, if you listen to the last show where I interviewed Mr. Christopher Payne across the way there on the sofa here in my office, I've actually split the Solopreneur Show now. So what I've decided to do is on a Monday, and this is the very first one, on a Monday we have Ask Anthony, and then on the Thursday we have the edited interviews with various experts within the industry. And as ever though, those full interviews can be seen and heard inside of our Facebook group. But we're also going to be doing something a little bit different moving forward. Now, on the 28th of January this year, the first Solopreneur Show book will launch, and that will include the transcriptions from the first 5 interviews. Now, it's interesting. I actually got these videos transcribed, and then I sat down and went through them to make them basically more readable, because obviously conversations, we have ums and ahs and stops and starts, etc. You start a little sentence and then you correct yourself and stop it, etc. So it wasn't really fit for reading as it was. So I sat down and went through it. And it's really funny actually, as you do these interviews and you listen back to them and go through them, etc., you realize that there's a huge amount of value that has been given inside of these interviews. But actually, it's only when you sit down and read them do you realize how much value has been given. It's absolutely phenomenal. So those first 5 interviews will be launched as a Kindle book on the 28th of January. And from the 28th of January, there won't just be the Facebook group. There will actually also be a training hub, a Solopreneur Show training hub. So I guess you can call it the Solopreneur Club, where the interviews will be located, just the interviews, not the shows, just the interviews. And then underneath each of those interviews, there will be 3 training videos, either with me here as I am here now, or just across the way on the whiteboard, or maybe having a little bit of a chill on the sofa. But what I will be doing within those videos is actually sitting down and going through the interviews, and I'll pick out 3 salient parts of the interviews, and I will then do additional training over and above. So by getting yourself into that training hub, you are going to be getting absolutely thousands and thousands of dollars worth of training for free. Okay, this will be a free membership, a free training hub. All right, so I really just wanted to give even more value than is already being given just with the podcast. So there's a huge amount going on for 2017, and there'll be regular book launches as well with the transcriptions in. As I say, we'll also have the training hub in there as well. There'll be lots of other great stuff in there as well as those videos, lots of recommended resources, etc. So huge amount going on moving forward. But today's show is Ask Anthony, and I have a question from David. Now, David has PM'd me, and basically he's given me this question, or I'll paraphrase the question for you. Basically, David is a fitness expert, and he wants to start coaching people to become fitness experts themselves, to be able to open their own coaching programs. But he doesn't really know how to get started, what he should be looking to do, how to do this. So he has an area of expertise, which a lot of people do. We have an area of expertise, and we've helped people to get results, and we have proof that we have helped people to get results. And then for a lot of people, the next level is not just helping those people who, like in David's case initially, obviously, he was helping people to lose weight, to live better, etc., to lead a better, fitter lifestyle, which he still has, and he's still going to carry on. But he wants to be able to create an army, if you like, of evangelists, of people like himself who have an area of expertise, and he has decided to stay within that fitness niche because he is somebody who has a lot of success stories, has helped a lot of people, has a lot of respect within the industry. And basically what he wants to do is then move on to be able to help other people who, perhaps, their fitness, they know how to help people. They can help people lose weight. They can help them to get fitter, etc. But, they may be lacking the ability or the knowledge to take that side of their business to the next level. And I can actually relate to that. I know somebody, it's the wife of a friend of mine who, we've known each other for years. We live sort of a long way away from each other. But, we see each other sort of once a year, and still, he's somebody that I grew up with, and, still my best friend. But his wife is an expert in sort of health and fitness, etc. That's her whole business. She does stuff locally, and the name of the brand is local as well. And sort of a few times when I've been out with him, I've said, look, you should be doing this to try and make yourself bigger. She's happy as she is, so that's absolutely fine. She doesn't want to go any bigger. She's got young children, and she's happy that the size things are. But that's absolutely great. But there are a lot of people who are doing this, who are doing things locally, but actually want to make it bigger. They want to scale up. So David wants to help those kind of people, but he doesn't really know how to do that, what he should be doing in terms of going out and finding those people. So here's the thing, David. What I would say is, clearly you have got a lot of testimonials from people who you've helped lose weight. So that is going to give you credibility with those other fitness experts. They're not going to take advice from somebody on becoming a success within their business unless the person who wants to teach them has been a success in their own. So you have that. You have been helping people. You have been doing that. You say you've been sort of doing it locally and helping lots of people in local gyms, etc., etc. But you want sort of to spread the word. Here's the thing: you've got a huge amount of testimonials. You've got to make the most of those that you possibly can. You have got to get them out everywhere that you possibly can. But here's the thing: as a marketer, because that's what you're going to be here. Excuse me, you're going to be a marketer. You've got no control over the amount of proof that it is going to take somebody to join you, to link arms with you. So you need to get as much of this out there as possible. But, in your mind, you may think, well, if I get 10 or 12 testimonials out there, that'll be enough. But it may not, because it's up to individual people as to what they see and what is the flipping point at which they then want to join you. So it's not just a question of getting a load of testimonials on YouTube or written out and just putting them everywhere that you possibly can. What you need to be doing is you need to be controlling the environment in which people see your testimonials. They see them how you want to see them. Because if you just put them everywhere, scatter them everywhere, and just got social media here, there, and everywhere, etc., yes, people are going to see them, but you need to control them. I guess it's a bit like when you see the TV programs here in the UK with the dogs herding the sheep. Yeah, the dog's in control, and he's taking the sheep through the gates, and you got the same sort of thing going on there. You need to take your followers, your potential clients through these gates. So the first thing you need to do clearly is you need to actually get them onto a list. Now, there's the old saying, the money's in the list. And it's absolutely true. If you don't have a list of subscribers, if you're not building that list, then it's very, very difficult to really have any sort of laser sort of pinpointing of your marketing. Now, you can put lots of stuff out there. You can do webinars, you can do Google Hangouts, you can do Instagram posts, you can do it on Twitter, on Snapchat, all of this kind of stuff. But ultimately, unless you are getting your prospect to give you their details by which then you can market to them, you really are going to be facing a huge uphill battle. So what you need to do then is you need to create some sort of lead capture. Okay. Now that could be a number of different ways. A lot of people are seeing success at the moment with webinars, with automated webinars. Back, if you look back to one of the previous shows, Richard Legg, for argument's sake, has had an automated webinar, the same one going for about 4 years, that he's just tweaked and changed. And that has brought in hundreds and hundreds of thousands worth of dollars. I myself personally consult for several coaches who are working on webinars. We have webinars up for them, we have Facebook ads, and then we have a process behind them. And they work very well. So you want to be looking at various different ways. Now, you can either just go for the standard, free report, how to create your own 6-figure fitness business in under X amount of time, whatever is that you believe that you can help these people to create that, and you can give a free report. But if somebody's going to spend a fair amount of money with you, they need indoctrinating. They need to get to know, like, and trust you. So I would suggest for you, a good way of going would be to create a webinar, 60-minute webinar. Now, if you're going to do Facebook ads, one of the things you've got to consider, and Facebook ads are going to be a great way for you as a fitness expert to go out looking for other people within the industry. But you don't want to be obviously just throwing dollar after dollar after dollar after dollar in the hope then that somebody joins this however many $1,000 package it is that you're looking to create. So what I would suggest for you starting off is to create a smaller package that you can sell on the webinar, maybe $197, something like that, where you have videos that are going to help them. So basically, if somebody buys this $197 package, which has a huge amount of value, it's got various training videos, it's got them showing them how to do their marketing, it's got them showing how to get those extra better results for people, how to get testimonials, perhaps have a Facebook group as well, membership area, that kind of thing. Maybe you want to sort of do a monthly Google Hangout with them, or I personally, for the interviews, I use something called Zoom, which is great, and you can have a number of people within there. And this package at $197, basically the idea behind that is, we call things tripwires, etc., to a lower price product. Now it's slightly higher than that. It's not that far off the ground. $200 is not a cheap product. However, if you're then going to be asking somebody to spend $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 with you potentially, then you want to be putting something there in the way, to pay for your Facebook ads. And even if you're just breaking even, or maybe if you're just slightly losing, it's costing you a little bit of money, but not a huge amount. You have that $200 product there, that then is going to help to subsidize the marketing. And it gives you something to work on, something to tweak, something to improve on. You can put it up initially, you can have an automated webinar, have a nice thank you video behind it. They go to the webinar, they see the webinar, they see the offer, fingers crossed they join you. But if they don't, you clearly then need to make sure that you have a follow-up process in place as well. More videos of yourself, again, building that know, like, and trust. and also as well any testimonial videos from your clients, etc. And just different things as well. You can just do lots of different videos. You can do ones like this, sat as I am here. You can do things on the screen. You can do things out and about in the park, perhaps when you're training people, etc. And of course, once you've then got one or two clients who are already fitness experts, or maybe there are people as well that you've perhaps just helped on a call. You've perhaps done a free call with them and you've just helped them, and they'll be prepared to give you a short testimonial. You start putting those things in place and you start giving people hints and tips and strategies to be able to develop their business. Then you have your $200 product, or $197, whatever we call it. You have that. And people join. Now, clearly, if those people have joined and spent that money with you, again, as I said, $200, it's it's not going to make you a millionaire, but it's not an inexpensive product for somebody to buy off the web. It's a nice price product, and it helps pay for your advertising. But what it also does as well is it pre-qualifies people as well. It gets them to actually put their hand in their pocket or get their credit card out to pay for something that you have promoted, that you have created, so that you've already started to build some kind of trust there because they've actually put their hand in their pocket for you. I would suggest then that you offer them some sort of free call. Okay, you offer them a free call, and then basically on that call you go through with them what they've already bought in terms of how you can help them, etc., and then just make them the offer. Would you like to work with me? You go through it and say, this is what I have on offer. How does that sound? Obviously you're going to need to practice. That's a very simplified version of what I've sort of shared with you here. But it's an overview. Obviously we've only got sort of a 20-minute or so podcast here that I can go through that with you. But that's the sort of the helicopter view of it, if you like. And then on the call, as I say, if they join you, great. That's up to you then to decide what package it is that you deliver. Personally, I would suggest when starting off and to ensure you get results for people, one-to-one is probably the better way to go, but you might be happy to do group. It's very important though. Here's the real key thing for you, just before we sort of wrap up this particular program and this particular Ask Anthony. Here's the thing, and this is the same for any coach out there who is listening, or anybody who wants to coach you. I've done a lot of coaching over the years. I did it before I was online, when I worked in sort of the corporate business sector. I did a lot of training, and I've done a lot since as well. You have got to be extremely passionate about doing it, but you've also as well got to be completely comfortable, A, that you can get people results, but B, for you internally and for your sanity, you have got to ensure that you're delivering the training in the way that you want. Okay, I've done various different training models that I didn't enjoy, that I followed because that's the way the gurus said it should be done. And I personally didn't enjoy them, and I found them very frustrating. So when I coach now, I coach the way that I want to coach, under my conditions, on the days that I say, and the way it's structured. It makes, for me personally, as the coach, it means that I far more enjoy the process, and it means then that I go that little bit further. You will go that bit further as a coach because you're really, really enjoying the way that you work with your clients. So if you're not enjoying the way that you have set up the deliverables, it's never going to work. All right, so you've got to there's several things here in mind. Yes, ultimately, you have got to make sure that you are delivering for your client. You've got to make sure that they are being delivered the great content, that what you are delivering, if they implement it, they will succeed. Okay, that is an absolute given. But for you, as it being your business, you've got to be in control of it as well. You have got to enjoy the way that you deliver. You've got to enjoy what you coach as well. Now, you're an expert within the fitness industry. You've coached a lot of people to lose weight, etc., etc. You need to make sure 100% that you're going to enjoy this other process. Don't just do it because you think it's going to make you more money. All right, that's the wrong way to do this. Clearly, you coach at the minute and you help people to lose weight, you help them to get fitter, you help them to lead a better life, and that is incredibly rewarding, I would imagine. Very rewarding thing to do. But you need to sit down and make sure that this slight change that you're making, where you're going to help other fitness people to market their businesses, because this is a completely different type of coaching you're going to be doing here. So make sure that you 100% know you're going to be able to get them results, and that you really do enjoy that particular type of coaching as well, because it is a different type of coaching, believe me. So few things to consider there for you, David, and really hope that this has helped you. And guys, this is Ask Anthony on a Monday, so you can send in your questions. You need to be inside of the Facebook group to ask the questions, and basically just ask me the question and go through, give me a bit of detail, etc., about your business, about the problem that you're experiencing, or any ideas that you want, whatever it is. You can put your question in there, and basically, we'll see if we can get it on the show. Sometimes I get sort of questions that are similar to each other, etc., or I sort of manage to amalgamate a question into sort of 2 or 3 questions into one. So that's Ask Anthony. Now, as I said earlier, on a Monday we do Ask Anthony. On a Thursday we are going to be doing the podcast, the interviews, and we've got a whole load of great interviewees. I guess is the proper word, isn't it? We've got a whole load of great interviewees coming up. I'm actually doing one tomorrow with a good friend who is an absolutely awesome guy who I know is going to bring extreme value, and in a few weeks' time that interview will then go live. So Solopreneurshow.com. You need to get yourself there. If you're listening to this podcast, you're not inside the group, you need to get yourself to the Solopreneurshow.com, and you can join the group, and you'll be then ready for the 28th of January when the book is launched and the membership is revealed as well. You'll be able to get your details to log into the membership and see all of the extra training. What I'll also do as well, as I said, there will be all the podcasts with the extra training, and what I will also do as well, there'll be the Ask Anthony's there as well. So you'll always have access to those. So I'm doing it like that really because I want to keep everything nicely in one place, and it to be a great resource for you inside of your business. And please, if is anybody that you think is going to benefit from listening to the Solopreneur Show, either the interviews or to Ask Anthony, make sure you send them to the solopreneurshow.com, and they can get themselves on the inside, and we can help them to develop their business. So guys, thank you very much. And any questions, obviously, if you're inside of the group, any questions related to this, please post them below. And I'll see you on Thursday for Thursday's interview, which actually, unusually, something a little bit different, is with me. I'm being interviewed. So across the way there on the couch, when Chris Payne came and saw me a few weeks ago, Chris, who I interviewed last week, he's actually he interviewed me. So that's this week's interview, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that I do within my business. Lots of different things that I have going on. But there's one specific subject that we talk about, and that is the reason, why I've changed my solo ads business. I've left the solo ads business, but at the page where that solo ads was, there's something different there now. There is that interview, actually, which as I revealed a few weeks ago, but there's also then other things that I'm able to do for marketers within their business. So that said, as I say, end of today's show. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye now.
To get your hands on more great business training and advice, plus the chance to join our free Facebook group where you will see extended guest interviews, the opportunity of free one-to-one coaching, and behind-the-scenes access to Anthony, go to www.thesolopreneurshow.com and join us today.